Well, I've had a great time at Airmic. I've loved every minute of it. People do say, yeah, but what have you actually done? what are the challenges going forward? And I think probably there are two areas I'd like to comment on. One was the Insurance Act. So in the insurance industry, we had been worried about the effect of the Marine Insurance Act 1906 for a long time, and we felt there was something that needed to be done about it, not just the law, but also the practice around the law. And we worked long and hard with the Law Commission and eventually with government and with the industry, and we were delighted that we were able to get the law changed, so the Insurance Act 2015. And I think the work in progress on that is now getting the benefits of the new Insurance Act implemented by way of market practice. I think people are still a little bit sort of in the old way of doing things, even though everyone recognises what the law now says. And I think we're in that sort of work in progress area where people are moving market practice. So that's a challenge, and that will be continuing. Airmic will want to continue to be involved in that, and they've just issued a report at this conference really on where they see the state of things in terms of market practice at the end of a year or 10 months into the Insurance Act. So that's a real issue. I think on the risk management thing, if I look back 9 years, one of the complaints from members was that they didn't think that risk management was getting onto board agenda frequently enough, and when it did, probably the wrong conversations were taking place. And when I look back now, I think that's changed enormously, and certainly the survey work that we've done in preparation for the conference suggests that risk is a regular board agenda item. Julia, Graham and I had a series of breakfast meetings last year with company chairmen through the Chairman's Forum. And almost everybody there was saying that risk is a top 3, top 4 item for us at board agenda meetings. However, then work in progress, and what's the challenge for Airmic members? They say, looking down in our organisations, we see the risk function in a bit of a silo, and maybe slightly feeling that their job is to prevent risk, whereas actually what we want to do is enable risk in a more confident way. So I think that's the work in progress that we're looking to achieve. Well, I think the insurance industry has made great strides in so many ways, and when we're looking at things like cyber, there's been a huge amount of progress. Every time we write a report on where the insurance industry is in terms of their ability to respond to the needs of our members, it's progressed enormously. However, what's happening in our member companies is that the technology is progressing even faster, and the insurance industry has to catch up. And I think when we look at, there are two challenges, I think. One is, how does the insurance industry use data in a more effective way so they can actually react quicker and respond to market changes more quickly, and to therefore address the needs of our members. But the second thing is when you look at what's on the corporate risk maps of most of our members, you take the top 15 or 20 risks. These days, very few of them are insurable. Whereas I remember even 10 or 15 years ago, there might be 3, 4 of those top risks which were absolutely covered by insurance. And I think the insurance industry has to really think about its relevance in the new and emerging digital world, and how it produces products that you couldn't have bought 25 or 50 years ago. And with the exception of pure cyber products, we're not seeing a lot of them in terms of things like covering intellectual property and intangible risks. And I know a lot of effort is going on in the market, and Airmic will want to be part of those discussions, but that remains to be a challenge for the market. So this conference, every conference breaks a few records, and I think we will have the highest number of delegates and exhibitors of any conference. We sell out earlier. The exhibition was pretty well sold out, before the end of last year, and we have a lot of challenging sessions. We probably have certainly the most expensive, but possibly the best lineup of plenary speakers we've ever had. And more of our members come to the conference. We've had another record this year in terms of membership attendance. But the question is, that has to continue. Once we've created a situation where we are the market conference for risk management and risk managers, and there will be a challenge for Airmic going forward to make sure that continues and they continue to grow.